And I found that throughout my career, you're always learning how to tell a different story at the right level. So how have you navigated storytelling in your journey and bringing people into this kind of nuanced conversation, whether you're pitching to venture capitalists, whether you're internally talking with executive leadership about challenges within your work group, whether you're trying to inspire someone on the ground or captivate a clinician? You pitch very well and you cast vision very well. So what led to that gifting and how have you grown that skill?
I'd love to do the fable, which is that when I was younger, I was taken to Ireland and I kissed the Blarney Stone, which I did. So maybe there is some kind of weird mystic part to it. I don't know. When I was very young, I think the reality is I was just very fortunate that I realized very early on in my career that when you talk in story arcs and you take people with you on the story, even if they don't get all the details, they get the emotion behind it. And as much as anything in a communication is the emotional piece that you put across, the enthusiasm or the dread or the fear or the urgency or the gravity or the levity of the situation, all of those things you can transmit in the way that you tell the story as much as what you say in the story. So I learned very early on that you need to talk in these story arcs with emotion and take people on a journey and paint visuals in people's heads. People respond better in visual things. Not everyone, some people prefer an Excel sheet, very complex Excel sheet. I've met a lot of them in finance and engineering. But I think the best communicators I've been with and worked with, they speak in these kind of personal stories that touch people. And when you do that, you're talking about the staplers, okay? And you're talking there about the engineers. They take these demo products so they can show them, because people are tactile and visual and they can see it. If I just sit there and talk about the 3D curving and we want a certain interspacing because you want to have a certain amount of blood flow and therefore you don't want necrotic edges and this 3D lattice, but it just doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
But when you start either demonstrating or showing or touching or connecting and take people on a story arc, let me tell you why we wanted to change this. What was the why behind it? I'm a Simon Sinek fan, and to start with the why. I like to start my story arcs with why. We saw that patients didn't get good blood flow. We thought that wasn't good enough. We thought it could be done better.